Welcome back to Midnight Who Extra, and it is another Doctor Who series finale. Of course, the Collector.
Patrick.
And Steven's over on the couch. Say hi, Steven.
Hi, Steven.
Steven, I know it's another Moffat finale, and I know you're scared about our last experience with the Moffat finale, but it's okay. Come.
Okay,
Come.
fine.
Come back. We don't have swords, we don't have props. It's okay.
But
Do I need a sword?
dude, literally
No,
just took...
But happy thoughts. Let's talk about this
Just
episode.
took
Happy
it.
thoughts. Let's talk about this episode properly. So let's kick it off with the very opening of this episode, where we get this colony kind of world, don't we? Like a plantation, correct?
Yes.
No.
But this is 4507,
Yes.
which is the mysterious place from last week,
Yes.
and it's very cool to see that. Now, what I will say though, Rocket Cybermen. Remember with the Rocket Cybermen scene?
I don't remember the Rocket Cybermen.
Not the Rocket Cybermen, the Rocket scene.
The rocket scene?
The rocket came up and the Cyberman was there too.
I don't remember that.
3, 2, 1. So let's kick it off with this episode with the pre-title sequences. We meet this kind of plantation world on 4507,
Yes, we do.
which was a very mysterious scene from last week, mysterious place, and a rocket just appears out of nowhere. And what comes from it? At least the ashes, a Cyberman, which is holding the Doctor. What did you
Do we
think?
have a doctor?
I do not have a doctor. What did you think of that opening credit scene? Do you like it? Was it a good opening to get ready for this episode?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I don't remember seeing it.
Okay, then watch it.
Man, we can tell he didn't actually watch the episode.
No,
I didn't
totally.
watch the episode.
Where's
I
your
just don't-
notes? I thought you wrote notes.
My notes are over there.
Ah,
I
who
don't
cares
remember
about
the
them?
rocket. I remember
Remember
the plantation. I don't remember the rocket.
I remember the rocket. It blasted out of the ground, flew up into the air, came back down and crash landed. Out came the Doctor with the Cybermen.
Now, see, that might have been when I was grabbing my notepad.
okay. We
I remember
also
seeing the Cyberman carrying the doctor. I don't remember seeing the rocket crash.
one of the most interesting things I found out was that the Cybermen who migrated up there, the kind of basically hospital people, are tied to it like scarecrows. That's very creepy. I really like
They're
that.
being crucified.
Yes, in a way. What did you think of that scene?
I thought it was interesting, and you brought it up, and I agree with you. It kind of reminded me of a Walking Dead vibe.
It felt like opening to a Walking Dead episode, especially how the Cybermen walk in that state.
Yeah.
And it's like a plantation. It just, felt like the end of the world, like a zombie thing was going to happen. But, of course, after the Doctor is being held by a Cyberman, it opens with the open title sequence. Dun,
How
dun.
would you rate the opening title sequence?
Oh, we don't rate them, but it was good.
And that title, The Doctor Falls.
Well, it does mean quite literally,
It does
because he fell quite a lot in this epised.
bring about certain thoughts. I didn't know the title of the episode before seeing it on the screen.
Even though the title really doesn't...
It does fit.
It does fit. It
A
does
little
fit.
bit, kind of.
It does kind of fit with
Literally
what
and
the Doctor's
figuratively.
doing. Now, what I will say, once we get back into the swing of all this, we go back to the hospital floor, and I really like the two master torture scene with the Doctor. It was
Yes.
very dark. It was very just creepy in a way.
Psychological.
These two, John Sim and of course Michelle Gomez's version of the Master, is so evil and so crazy.
There was a point at which I thought they needed to get a room.
Well, later in the episode, really, okay.
Especially later in the episode.
Master, Missy, they're the same
Yes.
person.
You are the same person?
But they had really good chemistry. Don't take that away, but they did have good scene chemistry. Do you agree, Watcher? Well, it was a very good scene between them. I'm not gonna lie. What I will tell is you can start seeing how they finally explain how John Sim kind of returned to all this.
A little bit. I don't know.
It was barely, but would you rather have it not at all?
They may have touched on it, but
Yeah.
they didn't fully explain how he ended up there,
It's
why
like,
he was in.
No, not really all that. But
costume
hey, I'm
and
more
all.
glad that we get kind of an explanation to why John Sim is just now
Trapped there.
trapped there because of
They didn't
TARDIS
explain how
problems.
he got there, but why he's still there. Yes.
So in this episode, kind of this part, we kind of start seeing that Missy might be turning against the Master,
Yeah.
and it really shows like, I'm with you, Doctor. But the Doctor, do you think he believed her?
No.
No.
I don't think he believed her at first, but I think later he might have.
Well, I think I started believing it when she took her umbrella and just Johnson.
But that was after that awesome part where the doctor turned the tables on him.
Yeah.
That was because the doctor told him to knock himself out, and so Missy did that.
Which makes sense.
Quite literally.
Also, the doctor gets kind of attacked by a Cyberman. Did you notice?
Who I thought was Bill at first.
We thought, Bill is turning on the doctor? Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is, actually, that describes how this episode felt. A roller coaster of emotions. You're like watching thinking it's normal, and then, wait, whoa.
Then it punches you in the gut and tries to murder you.
Well, that's the ending for you guys. Now, Bill, of course, stops the Cyberman from fully going after the doctor. And she takes him, then it connects to the beginning. But you wanted to talk about, a little point that you had was how the doctor defeated, or got the Missy and the Master distracted, was how he changed the hearts.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to talk about that. You said something wasn't right about it?
Well, the doctor expressly said that he changed a numerical value from 1 to 2.
Yeah.
And in mathematics, that would mean that that he said that he changed from the human parameters that 1 heart to 2 hearts.
Yeah.
Which would make all of the Cybermen go after the Time Lords.
Yeah.
But if you think about it mathematically, wouldn't that mean that they would no longer go after the humans? Because that would mean that 1 heart would no longer be recognized as viable upgrade material.
Yeah. Do you have a counter?
I do have a counter that I actually just thought of while you were discussing that. As far as the equal sign, it could have been a less than or equal sign. In the case of Bill, didn't have a heart at that point when she was because it had been blasted out of her body.
Okay.
Very valid point.
Okay.
You know what? I'll concede that to you.
That is genius. I didn't think of that.
So,
good job, Collector.
Well, it kind of helps that this reminded me that she had a metal heart in place of the real one.
Oh, okay. Speaking of Bill, she is strong in this episode.
Very.
What, when she holds the spaceship from moving?
Well, not
without any effort at all?
Well, not even that. How she can actually counter the Cybermen.
Psychologically strong as well, yes.
And that, I guess they explain it as she dealt with the monks.
Yeah.
That really shows what Bill has become. Do you agree?
She's become a Cyberman she's become the strength of a Cyberman with the mentality of a human.
What I will say, though, this is not the first instance of Cybermen being able to become good after the conversion. Remember in the other Series 2 finale, Torchwood 1, where the main head there became a Cyberman. She became a Cyberman for God and country, and she stopped the Cybermen, and she became herself in a way.
And a further example would be the Brigadier in...
And
I believe it was...
And you're missing a huge one.
And Danny.
Thank you.
And Danny.
But Danny, to a lesser extent, because he did want to be changed. He wanted his emotions cut out. He was good as long as his emotions were there, but...
Yeah.
And then he wanted them cut out, so I'm not sure how well he would have been after that. I don't know if they ever said.
Yeah, so I guess people being able to overcome Cyberman conversion can happen. So that was the first commercial break for us, wasn't it? So
first one I remember.
Yeah, well after that, it's like they all became just blended because you're just engrossed in the episode. Do you agree?
Because they kept leaving on cliffhangers.
Well, that's the problem. Well, they cut at weird angles. You agree?
Yes, and they need to not do that. It was a very terrible placement for a commercial.
So, of course, when it comes back from that, it's 2 weeks later. And
Bill's laying in a barn on hay, and she gets up, and she looks human. Everything looks fine.
Yeah.
And she's looking around and wondering what's going on, why she's here. And then a woman comes in.
And she's a little scared.
You can obviously tell that she's scared of Bill.
Yeah.
And Bill doesn't understand why.
Yeah.
And the woman kept backing away from her.
Yeah.
Then the doctor comes back in. Oh, the doctor comes in. And he starts explaining to Bill that she's actually a Cyberman now. Oh, wait, no, sorry. I forgot a part.
Yeah.
A little girl comes in.
And hands her the mirror.
And hands her a mirror as a gift. And she looks at the mirror and realizes that she's a Cyberman. And then after that, the doctor comes in and explains what that means and everything's going on.
And you get to see what happens when she gets angry.
Bill gets angry.
Which I can't make a Hulk reference, but, you know.
And as far as the gift of a mirror goes, for someone who doesn't know that they're a Cyberman, giving them a mirror as a gift is kind of cruel.
Oh yeah, good job, child. Here's a mirror. Oh, thank you.
Here,
I can
let yourself see what a monster you are.
But I did like how they shifted between Cyber Bill and regular human Bill.
It was an interesting way to
perspective, yeah.
Just because you get to see Bill thinking, why is everyone scared of me, Doctor? And I really liked the interaction between her and the Doctor in the scene. It was a very moving scene. How the Doctor is still kind of standoffish, do you notice?
Yes.
He's kind of standing back like this, like, okay, Bill, stay back. I want to explain this to you. But then he warmed up again. And it really shows the relationship those two have had as a companion and Doctor. Do you agree? It shows how much the Doctor how much she's meant to him.
And how much he trusts her to be able to overcome the Cybermen programming.
And then Bill starts to get angry, and the Doctor says, "Bill, you can't get angry." So she gets even more angry, goes off on a temper tantrum, and blows up the barn.
Yep.
You should never tell someone who's angry that they can't be angry. That doesn't work.
Yeah, I find it really kind of cool. I really did like the idea of Bill having that resistance, though, to the conversion.
It makes sense.
Well, even in last week's episode, you're not turning me into one of those. But I think I know why she has such a resistance, and I think it's because of the ending, but I'm not going there yet. So
yeah, I thought about that too.
Now, what we can see
have something to do with the monks as well.
And we can now, I think we now understand the monk a little bit more of how she was able to get there. We'll get to it, Watcher. You know, you're kind of like, what's going on? What are they talking? I know.
I haven't watched the full season yet, just so you understand. And I have no idea what they're talking about when they say monks.
You saw Extremis. You did saw Extremis.
Yes, I saw Extremis.
But you haven't seen Pyramid or the Lifeline. Now, what I will say is, when you see, after that scene, you see the Doctor is dying. You see that he's weaker. Yeah, you know, he has the glowing. And it becomes a fun game of, how many times will the Doctor's hands, or any area, start glowing regeneration energy? It becomes a game. But you can see how much he's fighting it. Is it kind of weird that the Doctor, for once, doesn't want to go?
He did that on purpose.
He did say it in the episode. I can say it. But do you agree, though? He's fighting it. He really doesn't want to change.
He is very much fighting it. I think it was like 5 or so times they showed him like beginnings of regeneration, and he kept fighting it. And
yeah.
And then Missy and the Master make a mistake.
Yes, they do.
They find the elevator,
which was a total mistake,
that could lead them back to the Doctor's TARDIS. But Missy presses the button to call the elevator, alerting the Cybermen to where they are.
And speaking of that, that was a cool scene. Do you agree,
yes,
guys?
It was.
With all 3 Sonic and the Sonic umbrella. We now have a Sonic umbrella.
All 3 Sonics
and a Cyberman. That was awesome.
And the other Cybermen, which, by the way, looked like the upgraded Cybermen.
And I guess that I do not have the series 7.
Similar to
I only have this version because they never made an action figure of the other one.
So they had a Cyberman similar to that, which was Bill.
Well, they had this one. There you go.
They had the Mondasian Cyberman.
Mondasian Cyberman, yeah.
See, on Midnight Who, we play with action figures.
We do play with action figures.
It helps
been distracting me this whole video. So, the Mondasian Cybermen, the Doctor, the Missy, and the Master,
their feet,
all blasting towards a newer series.
Basically, the upgrade version of this.
The upgraded version of that one.
And it took them forever.
It took them quite a while, and then it just kind of went kablooey.
What I will say, though, is the John Sim Master is very blunt. How he says stuff. He's like, you know, he doesn't care. You really notice it. And that's why I really liked him in this episode, John Sim. Do you agree? For me,
I'm glad to have the Master back.
Yeah.
I mean, John Sim was my favorite Master, especially when he was also playing Harold Saxon. Because just that level of insanity that was there, I think he did an excellent job with that.
Yeah.
The insanity wasn't there so much in this episode, I don't think.
No.
He seemed more sane, just really, really irritated.
he was not happy.
No.
Cybermen are evolving. They're changing. So it's like the time they're getting faster and faster, correct?
Correct.
And they explain that because, again, like I said last week with the other episode review, the black hole theory. The ones at the bottom move at a faster time than the ones going up.
Yep.
And the Cybermen city is at the very bottom of the ship.
Yep. It has got a very fast bottom.
Yes. Go with that connected in your head. So, what I will say, though...
That's what they said.
Basically, yes, it does. But yeah, you can really see how time is so important in this episode. Do you agree? time is the enemy, which is kind of a cool thing. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but in the 2014 finale, Dark Water, Death in Heaven, the Flying Cybermen. The Flying Cybermen, you remember those, right?
You mean Iron Man?
The Iron Man the Iron Man. The Iron Man.
Even the shape of the armor was like
Now,
really...
in this episode, the Mondasians, that Cybermen, they all flew. Now, there's a thing. I hate Flying Cybermen. Everyone should know I hate Flying Cybermen. But this episode
made sense.
It actually makes perfect sense. They're evolving to
chase people up and down a ship. Mm-hmm. They have to be able to get from one deck to another without relying on the lift.
Because imagine, oh, you want to come in, Cyberman? Well, it's kind of full here. It's, go away if you meant Cyberman. You know. It's not like well, maybe they can pack like Gallifrey's lift, Gallifrey 1.
Yeah, and maybe an alarm to go off a few times.
And maybe the lift will be very similar to the experience you had at the Gallifrey. Now.
No.
It's okay. So.
Don't bring that back.
Now, what I will say is that at least it made sense in this episode to have Flying Cybermen. Still don't like it, but hey, it made sense. Now, throughout this episode, we talked about earlier, the Master is falling in love with itself.
Himself.
Yeah,
or
herself, or whatever the hell we're going to call it.
He, she, it, thingy self.
Yeah, pretty much. So what did you think of that?
Well, as I said earlier, I think they need to get a room.
What are your thoughts on this?
Does make sense. John Sim was always a narcissistic master, so when he sees himself, don't you think he'd fall in love with himself?
Yeah, but it get kind of creepy at times.
What?
It just does. Now...
It's not weird, it's Master.
It's the Masters. That's the new one.
I'm not going to finish that word.
Yes,
we're on your channel.
Well, we're the family. Let's see. So we did mention that I felt like the Walking Dead vibe earlier in the episode premiere, right? With all that walking. And I got another experience of it when the Doctor was on the porch in the swinging chair with the gun in his hand, the sandbags all around. That just was...
kids, get off my lawn!
And that, get off our cyber lawn, you Cybermen! What did you think of that scene?
I thought it was kind of amusing.
Yeah.
Just in the sense that the Doctor is sitting in a rocking chair on a porch holding the gun like an old man.
Watcher, did you
like a retired
old
hunter?
Watcher, did you like that scene?
Honestly, I don't remember that scene very much.
Okay. It was very brief.
It was a brief scene.
Yeah. So I think after that scene, the Masters are back, kind of, and the Doctor's trying, please stand with me. They're like, I'm not doing it. At least that's the John Sim. You can see Missy's kind of, maybe.
On the fence.
Now, I kind of find it interesting how he's not doing it, he's doing it because he wants to be kind. Isn't it, That's at least what I got from it. He's protecting them.
I don't know, the Doctor did this whole ramble, it kind of...
It happened all at once, but...
He did go on a rant, basically saying he wasn't doing it to win, he wasn't doing it for fun, he wasn't doing it because he was easy, he was doing it because it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
He was doing it to be kind. And they should as well.
Yeah. So...
The Master was having none of that.
So, when it kind of thinks about it, there's a giant army of Cybermen and a girl on a field. And what does the girl have? An apple. And as we all know, and now after this episode, an apple a day keeps the Cybermen
away.
Yep.
What, when she throws it and explodes like a bomb and kills everything in sight?
Did you expect that scene?
Yes.
I wasn't expecting it to be an apple.
Okay, when the Doctor first gave, here you go, an apple. I was like...
That was kind of odd.
Okay, that's...
like, maybe if it were a stone?
Maybe a stone, but how good would it...
slingshot or
how good would a stone would do? Oh, Cybermen!
Well, if
I got one!
And then you just piss off the rest of them and have them all blast you at once. Just overkill, just all of them.
Bam!
Beams directly on the person who threw the stone.
No.
While we're talking about this, we forgot a major part.
What did we forget?
Nardal.
He's a badass.
Yes, he is.
Sorry, language.
I'm gonna dunk you twice.
That's twice now.
Gonna dunk you twice.
Now, Nardal is awesome.
Oh, this episode was
Nardole takes a little rifle that shoots
That was a cool scene.
guns, and he's like, "Is that windmill over there important?" And the woman's like, "What do you?" And he just points at it and shoots.
And he was still on the computer.
And it explodes.
I love that scene, don't you?
It was an excellent scene, yeah.
It shows that Nardole's not useless.
Very action-packed.
Well, actually, this episode keeps showing he really is a computer genius. That's his specialty.
Yes.
And I really actually would like to see more of that than him complaining about the Doctor not guarding the vault. I'm sorry, I would like to see more of that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, he didn't seem to be complaining about the vault thing at all.
Well, after
Really, I mean, as soon as he let Missy out,
he's like,
it's just like they completely forgot about it.
oh, what vault? Yeah, it's, not important.
Vault? What vault?
Vault? Not important. It's perfectly fine. But this episode did show how important his characters become, how much his development came, and it did feel like a good end to his chapter. Would you agree?
To Nardole's chapter?
Yeah.
Is he gone?
Do you think now that's a good question. Do you think this is his last episode?
I certainly hope not. I actually like Nardole.
Would you
I know a lot of people don't. I enjoy his character.
Well, he grew on me. I don't know about you, Watcher. Have he grew on you?
Sure, somewhat, yeah.
It's kind of hard to watch him be awesome, though, having seen him in Alice. As the Tweedles.
Yeah. Do you want Nardole to come back?
I don't know. I haven't really seen him that much. I've just seen the episodes that I've seen him, and he's been pretty cool, so I guess he can come back. I mean,
no.
They're probably going to bring Bill back.
Certifiably awesome.
Yeah. Now, what I will say is there's another scene with the Master. And this one is the Missy, sending him away and all that. You think everything's good and all that, and then she gets close to him, and then
stabs him in the back.
Now the Master, Missy kills the Master, and then when he gets to the elevator, he takes his laser screwdriver and
kills the Missy.
Kills Missy.
So basically, they both stabbed each other in the back.
They killed themselves.
Yep.
So then you have to wonder, did Stephen Moffat just really get rid of a character from all the way back in the classic Who era?
Now, a major character at that.
Now, what I will say though,
like not even just a minor character.
Or are they going to have it where John Sam doesn't actually regenerate into Missy, but regenerates into a different character before Missy? Which could very well be possible, because they never showed John Sam regenerating into someone.
And they did have the whole river thing where they were meeting out of order, so maybe Missy met the Doctor out of order.
Yeah, good point.
And I also think about it, the Master has been thought to be dead many times.
Oh, like when they turned him into a snake in Classic Who?
That was the TV movie.
That's still classic.
Technically, but,
And actually in recent Who, when John Sim's Master actually dies.
And he got resurrected.
And he was resurrected through the ring.
And
so maybe Missy has a ring too.
And we also have to think, Missy did say she had a clever plan to get out of the Daleks in Magician's Apprentice and the Witch's Familiar. So the Master is always one step ahead of the Doctor. Would you agree?
At least one step, yeah.
And now they dance together. That was a fun. Did we mention that?
And talked about whatever popped up.
So, what did you think of the... Did we talk about the Master dance scene?
I think we did, didn't we?
Did we?
And they got really close together.
Okay, yeah.
I said they needed to get a room.
Okay, yeah, we need to reiterate this. This is getting creepy between now. So, after that scene with the Missy killing, Master Missy killing scene.
The Missy Master killing scene?
Say that 3 times fast.
Missy Master killing scene, Mr. Missy Master killing scene, Missy Master killing scene.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you said Mr. Meeseeks from Rick and Morty there for some reason. So now...
Mr. Meeseeks.
Well, that's his job. Now... The Doctor is now preparing for his final battle. He gets to say goodbye to Bill, correct?
Yes.
Do I have to slap? No.
Possibly.
Yeah. So the Doctor is preparing for the battle, and that battle was quite epic. Would you say?
Yes.
Who liked the battle in this room? Watcher, did you enjoy the battle?
Meh, it's alright.
Lots of explosions, Cybermen blowing up.
I felt like I was watching a Michael Bay film.
Well, they are robotic.
These need to be removed from my person. Removed from my reach.
We are just... And that, kids, is representing how the Doctor defeated the Cybermen with his Sonic.
Yes.
He blew him and boom! They went all over the place. Perfect representation.
They went all over the place and landed perfectly on the chair over there.
But a Mondasian Cyberman appears and fatally shoots the Doctor.
4 or 5 times, yes.
And it was a quite, like, a hard scene to watch.
Like, blunt, straight to the point, just fires at him.
And that was a hard scene to watch.
For a second there, I thought that was,
Bill?
Yeah.
I did too. And honestly, that scene was hard to watch.
Yes.
For me, because he was doing it because he was kind, and he almost won, and he was defeated. Do you agree? I don't know. Do you think that's the kind of
Well, he
truth of
did
it?
still kind of win.
Yeah, he won.
In the sense that he blew up the entire floor.
Yeah, and, you know, Nardole does bring up the point the Cybermen might come back. And,
In several years.
and when that comes,
Should give them plenty of time to get to the TARDIS.
you know,
If the Nardole knows how to fly it, which I believe he does, yes?
which stars though?
The Doctors.
The Masters. How is they going to get? Because the Doctor take that? So how could they get, you know? Right?
Of course, they can't very well take the Doctor's TARDIS since it's already been taken.
Yep, that's it. Now,
Which we'll get to.
Now, of course, he basically starts to regenerate. He's on the ground. The Doctor falls, and he's basically fighting it off. And before he goes, he blasts, and that's the end. We think. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Now, of course, after that, another Mondasian Cyberman appears. Of course, it is Bill, and she. Okay, Now, listen here, people. What we're about to talk about is really angering him. So I'm going to say this quickly. So, Cyber Bill finds the Doctor. She's quite sad. She kneels before him. And then the star in her eye returns. Heather, of course, from the pilot, returns and saves Bill. And Bill is now a water person. Bill takes the Doctor back to the TARDIS. And basically, Heather asks if Bill would like to become human again. And basically, he's kind of like hellbent where, you know, yeah, can I get back in time for tea? It's kind of like with Clara, how she's going to take the long way around. So there you go, that's the quick ending. There you go, got done with it. I'm not going to ask your thoughts on it. Watcher, I'm not going to ask your thoughts. We're not going to talk about this ending. Okay, you want to talk about what did you think of it quickly? Now, did it ruin Bill's conversion in A World Enough in Time? Did it ruin it?
I think it kind of ruined the significance of it. Given that she was able to be brought back.
Yeah.
That easily.
Mm-hmm.
But
now, it was kind of explained, though, how Heather found them because she always would. Right?
Yeah.
She put the tear in her eye.
So, if you think of
These people. Now, of course, Bill leaves the Doctor, goes with Bill. She leaves a little tear for him. And he starts to regenerate, right?
Yes.
And, of course, all the flashback, Doctor, all his new series companions
Yes.
are kind of shown in his head. And when he wakes up, do you notice he's now kind of saying all the things from previous Doctors?
Oh, and he's also completely healed and clean.
Not quite, though. It's like he's kind of mildly regenerate. He had a...
Well, his skin is all clear, and it was all ashy and stuff, and now all of a sudden, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I think that's because he regenerated, like, to clean him up.
I don't know. I just thought I had to throw that out there.
Yeah, you're completely right, though. It's kind of a...
And I feel it should be noted at this point, he's still fighting the regeneration to the end of the episode.
Yes, he is. And because he goes, I don't want to regenerate, I don't want to go. He even says that. Because he's, you know, of course, saying random lines from previous Doctors.
He said something to the effect of, he'll always remember when the Doctor was him.
Yep.
Or he'll always be the
So
Doctor.
this Doctor really doesn't want to go. That's the weird thing. He doesn't want to ever change again.
Well, would you want to leave?
Well, no, would you?
No.
Now, of course, the Doctor TARDIS lands, and it's in the Antarctica kind of place. Now, this is where it gets kind of interesting as I try to grab it.
Top one.
Because at the very end, the Doctor is, of course, we see the same thing of him, regenerating from last week, and then out in the shadows, a man appears. The Doctor doesn't quite realize it, but then is revealed to be
The first Doctor.
now
Well, not quite the first Doctor.
the original,
But the first Doctor, as played
by the guy
by David Bradley.
David Bradley from, of course, The Adventure in Space and Time. Now, of course, this is not the first time William Hartnell has been recasted for Doctor Who.
No, it's not.
So I'm not now.
I just recently learned about the second one, but no, it's not.
Now, if it was the first time, would you think it would be kind of more?
I don't know how I feel still about him being recast. I mean, I understand they can't actually continue using him because of the situation, but
Now, can we get on to a little bit of history about how this is even possible?
Now,
and how we're not ruining the continuity of the entire series of Doctor Who.
Well, in this 10th planet, I guess, I haven't watched this one in a while, but I believe he's disappeared for a while in this episode. The first Doctor disappears in this for like maybe an episode.
If I remember right, I remember hearing that it was actually due to his illness and he wasn't able to film that day.
Yeah, that was
those days.
Yeah. William Hartnell was kind of sick, I believe. I'm not completely sure. You know,
I believe that was said on his.
Approaching the end of his.
This is basically his end. So I'm actually really like that Stephen Moffat is bringing back the first Doctor near his end, if it is true that this is near, which I think it is, and that Capaldi is near his end.
I don't believe Capaldi is going to make it past the Christmas episode.
No, he's regenerating.
Yeah.
He's done after Christmas. But I like it because Capaldi is the first Doctor in the new regeneration cycle. So now we get to have the first Doctor meet the first Doctor of the new one.
Yes.
I think we now talked about the entire episode.
I believe so.
I think we've mentioned every point, right? I think before we get to our overall thoughts, Watcher, do you have any last things you want to say?
Well,
What?
I'm not going to go into it.
We'll make a no Watcher talks for that. How's that sound?
Yes.
Well, let's get to our overall thoughts. 3, 2, 1. Who is going to do their overall thoughts? Okay, who is going to do it? I'm going to go with, I started last time, and Watcher started. I'm going to go you. Since you're the guest, I'm going to give you your chance to do your overall thoughts.
Overall thoughts, I think cinematography and costume design and all of that was very excellent on this episode.
Yep.
The story was decent.
Mm-hmm.
I think overall I'm probably going to give it a 9.5.
9.5?
Because it was good, but still not perfect. It had problems that I saw, but I'm not going to point them out.
Well, you have your review, right?
I do still have my review to make, which will be a few days after this one.
And hopefully not as long is what you're going to try for?
I'm going to try for about 10 minutes or less.
That's good. This is about 40, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for still watching if you're watching.
Yes, if you've made it this far.
If you made it this far, thank you.
You're awesome.
Watcher, I'm going to let you go.
What are your thoughts?
What are your overall thoughts?
I'm sitting here and I'm trying to decide what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
If we take the episode and cut out the part that I hate, I'd have to give it almost a 10. No, but if we add that part in, it drops it down significantly.
Which part?
Not mentioning the part, but if you don't know, go back and watch Hellbent and
don't watch that video. Don't watch it. I'm not putting the link in the description below.
And look for.
I'll comment the link.
We'll delete the comment.
Go on.
And look for the similarities, and you'll understand why I think that subtracts from the actual storyline of this arc so much. I think I'm going to have to give it an 8.
8?
I think without that, it would have been a 10. But with that scene, it ruined a lot of the originality in it. And it kind of just made it like, oh, we're watching the season finale of another season.
I do know which section you're talking about.
Okay.
You should.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I
just wanted to see if you'd say it.
Well, I guess it's time for my overall thoughts, right? Well, I really do think this was a beautifully directed episode. The atmosphere was gorgeous. The acting was it was beautiful. Capaldi gave, if this was his last episode and he did regenerate, this would have been an amazing end to him. Do you agree? I would think this would have been up there as the best ending to a Doctor. I love that how the first part of the finale was like a Cyberman origin. It's okay, Collector. It's okay. I love how this episode was a Cyberman origin at the beginning, but now it felt like a Cyberman invasion. I also liked how, yes, it felt like an Earth-type place. It wasn't on Earth. Now, that being said, yes, there was some things in this episode that were not that good, but I still felt they made sense that Stephen Moffat did it. I felt without that part that Stephen doesn't like, then the Doctor would have never returned to his TARDIS. There would have been that was a perfect way to bridge Bill's run at the beginning of the pilot and end her run in this episode. Yes, it did feel kind of similar with what happened to Clara in Series 9, but I felt it was unique enough where it really didn't bother me. I really just watched it like, okay, yeah, it feels the same, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it because Bill is happy. She never has found a person who loved her enough anywhere.
Now, bringing up the end of Bill's run as the companion
Yeah.
is an interesting thing, because isn't she the only one, at least from new series, that's only done one series?
No.
Is she?
Donna,
I thought Donna was in 2.
Donna was in 1, and Martha.
I thought they were in longer.
And honestly,
I think
this
more episodes
episode,
overall is what it was.
honestly, this episode, it felt like a good end for Bill. Because I remember seeing in the pilot, she was having a hard time finding someone. She had a very hard time, and Heather was, even if Heather was kind of weird, we all knew it,
Very.
but she was the first one that Bill kind of was open enough to care about.
Yeah. But weird people are more fun.
Yeah. And you know what? I felt it was very sweet and ending to Bill's run. And yes, even if it sort of ruins the whole.
It doesn't ruin it. It just subtracts from it.
It doesn't ruin it.
That's why I still gave it an 8. I gave it a solid B.
Yeah. It doesn't. With this one, it doesn't ruin it, but it kind of does continue the whole Moffat letting everyone live scenario. But this one I feel different. Now, the ending to it with seeing the first Doctor back was really kind of a cool surprise.
I think you're forgetting something in the whole Moffat letting everyone live.
Yeah?
I can think of at least 2 people he didn't let live.
Maybe Rory.
Yes.
But technically,
And Jack.
Technically, Amy and Rory are alive
Who
in a
hopefully will come back.
different world. They're in a different time frame. So technically they lived, but in a different way. Is at least how I view it.
Valid point.
Overall, I thought this was a fantastic episode, and I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. What?
You gave it a perfect score.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Now, I also view this as the end to the 12th Doctor era, and it gets me excited. It just got me excited to have. It just got me excited. That's pretty much it. I really didn't find anything that really bothered me with thinking about it. And the more I think about it as the review went on and had my time to process my thought, I realized the whole ending to Bill didn't bug me at all. It kind of connected the pilot to the Doctor Falls.
It does.
And that made this episode a little bit more special in my head. Well,
More bearable.
a little bit. Well, I think we have talked about this episode
Long enough.
long enough. Now, we'll see what happens in Christmas, correct? We got another Christmas special.
Christmas is going to take way too long to get here with that cliffhanger that they left us
Now,
on.
how much do you want to bet at Comic-Con they're going to tease us more? Hmm?
I'm not going to comment.
Well, we'll hear they'll tease the audience, right?
They'll tease the audience, yeah,
And
but I
we'll
won't
get-
know because I can't
Well,
afford Comic-Con.
we'll get leaks probably from people, and
One can hope.
one can hope. Well, that is it for tonight. I'm of course over the Professor. This is the special guest,
Patrick.
and
I'm the watcher over here on the couch, like
Wait.
always.
With a helmet on his head.
he's trying to be a Mondasian Cyberman. Well, tell us your guys' thoughts on this episode. Did you thought it was great? Did you thought it was just okay? Or did you just really hate it? Let us know in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.
See ya.
Have a fantastic night. This is the Watcher signing off.